of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too? What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him? First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima? Let's try. You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal. That better be the last of them.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Roswell!
Oh shit, he's priming. No, not But if you can do it,
And so could I!
let's give this a try. Not bad.
Joker! What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
better give Otto the good news.
Come on, Sid.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
And what can I do for you? You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Finished, are you?
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? Study it well, Clive.
We're seeing troops.
the most fragrant herbs and
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Oh, where's your men?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
This won't be easy.
run like the wind. Be safe.
My blade yet hungers, and so do I.
Come. Let us feast on your flesh. Your feasting days are over. Come on. To me, boy. Let's try.
wins!
Those who kill for sport deserve no better. Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. Don't get surrounded. Straight home now. Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. And then there was one. That wasn't too bad, was it, Torgal?
Stay sharp.
How do? Much obliged. Take care out there, eh?
Come on. Yeah! I can walk from here. This is no time to ride. Seems this one has a little more life left in it. All right then. Nice try.
heard Torgal. To me, boy. Help me, boy. To me, boy. Help me, boy. I've heard Torgal. Help me, boy. That's better. To me, boy. Guess we're all ready. Help me, boy. Ambrosia.
How do? There you go. That all, is it?
Fly, Ambrosia.
right from here.
to me, boy.
back to sleep with you.
We're seeing troops amassing at every door.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. All done?
Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive. So, what'll it be? That it? Fine.
My knowledge is yours. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
What became of Kupka?
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Ah, my favorite pupil. I have the details here. Here you are. The state of the realm is changing, Clive.
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. Well, don't just stand there, go. It'd better all be here. Finished, are you? Is it business or pleasure? Finished, are you?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
What do you need? What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Not my best work, but it'll do. And?
Well, don't just stand there, go. Is that all?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as...
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers.
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang.
All right.
The juiciest...
Ready, go? Faster!
Thanks, Gal. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I'm certainly not a baker. Master... Time was, the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her. But she was all I knew. Worked her I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside. But now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I ask her.
Try to remember the good times. Do that, and the Mother Crystal will be...
Even in the back. What a fool I've been. Thank you, Mike. I have to get back there right away.
Wait.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there you are. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's...
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. Her steeple peaks, her fulsome spur. True, my loaves collapse more. And look, inside. She's filled to... Master, I have found my purpose.
Well, if it tastes half as unique... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight with... I don't know how you did it.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from the table. You haven't much, but you're free to look. Good day.
We have to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having rustlings in the undergrowth. Suspicious noises. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves. Understandable in the current climate. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I want...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tale.
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the wood.
Oh, that... I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but...
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the wood.
No, but I've heard something.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Park. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Screech! Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me. And I ain't been back since.
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Yeah!
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black shields. Here.
What are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive. Stay down! It's over.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing?
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from it.
Clive, how...
I found some black shields hiding it.
Black shields. Though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite back...
I'm sorry. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that
I don't understand. Why him?
I suppose it is better that you know. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sick and fight it I did. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless, and throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me. Who was my...
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and a means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask to hide the rot beneath. His response, however, was... And he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting...
And everyone here knows?
Of course. They too have seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watch. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We know where he hides. How numerous and well-trained. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may or...
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, and... My friends and comrades, it begins!
Going to change his mind.
Welcome. That's the best I can do. Thank you. I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital. Come back again.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it.
We're seeing troops amassing at every point.
Might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw-grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going with you?
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring porters at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
Run like the wind.
Thanks, Cal. Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. This should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yeah, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing. No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. out there, Sid?
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
safe.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Thanks to Sid.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients,
I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
There's talk. Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And thanks for nothing.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them! Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in them.
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Better go and give Mid the good news then.
Oh, I'm never drinking again.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too, now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
He cracked the crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Black. I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgor?
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been... He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at him. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right. Though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a... If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been...
I don't recall ever seeing any...
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Perhaps sharing your thoughts, Mum.
That bastard's luck still. He got a keen up. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single... The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacksmith being...
You're a soft touch, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people? I suppose you're not likely to go. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is wise. I reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamit.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate them.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. I don't... A little. Listen. I've some bad news. And it's maybe my fault. But sadly, that square, I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it... Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise.
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million
each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well,
Those ledgers were mine.
Do we have that much to hand? Reckon all?
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rossfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging. But besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to... Is there anything I can do?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Mark?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the round. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
because you'd rather Lady...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is...
Don't worry.
Really?
No, I don't.
Clive,
I wasn't expecting to, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Ruby. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would... Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about it much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, we probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, I reckon what he saw in Sid... And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That and...
Let's go. Time to fight. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Titan! Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread.
Did you hear? The gate's terrible.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc?
Milady.
Gifts? Oh my.
Otto asked me to give to settle the Hideaway's debt and to...
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warned. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me, Sid, did you... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the...
Otto had us.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being able... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear an ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to... Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
They're saying Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal gone.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how he's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries, every ill-gotten coin in Dalamon is set to pass.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence. And
that will be very kind.
Farewell.
Ready, go?
Time to fight.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be done. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the... What shall I call you?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name in... Well, Wyvern. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should suffice.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged...
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get... It was made in the... and is used exclusively by the They believe no combat should ever exceed. Each sword is made for that one purpose. Brutal sort of...
But how do they hone such an...
Why, they use a whetstone of whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000... But it is the final stone, a mineral, quite foreign. And that is... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to Sir. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far and a far more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However,
I am locked in bitter competition with... I am one step ahead of the uns...
Are there many other
Too many to count, but only one do I consider mine is a perennial...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our path... Radim! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such now. Let's see what Black...
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off. So, Molly's leftovers. That'll teach me for treating you like you... All right. No need to... Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for...
I was just on my way to see him. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree.
You learned something about...
I did better.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on one hit and all done. Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duel. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how...
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that... Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. Now that's... And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more, just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an... I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be just...
No, I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And... Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to hear you.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade up. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right.
Clive. What's saying for you, dear? That it? Fine.
Ah, were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in...
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way. For your part.
Ah. But that reminds... Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's...
About how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But the Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are some...
What are you suggesting?
that Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown as the realm. One can but speculate as to how all of this has...
He has seemed more fear.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted the...
Ah, but she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could...
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't Sam.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy. Would you prefer the debt was repaid?
What debt? I don't recall. I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations. And he can...
Of course not. But surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper.
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab a canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. The fine content, you wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to...
I hear you ended up delivering all... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get it.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of... It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit...
I knew so little about...
most people.
Martha and the Dame both seemed to have fond memories. How long did you know?
Before he died. Back in the day. I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... I forget where. We set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a... But me and Sid stayed close. That was... before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... him who cried from him, who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left that threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one... I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone. I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.